Okay, here we go. It's time for another cross-country flight in North Carolina. From Brunswick County to Stanley County. So we're going to visit Ocean Isle, Columbus, Lumberton, Laurinburg, McCall Army Airfield, the Sandhills VOR, and our final destination is Stanley County. We're going to do this in the Cessna 404. Let's roll. Okay, so I thought I'd make it a little bit more scenic. I have changed the time of day to about 7 o'clock in the morning. So we are ready to roll. Let us be on our way. Airspeed alive. I think I'm probably going to climb to about 4,000 feet. And we're up. Positive rate. Gear coming up. Climb out here. All right, there we go. Make our way over to Ocean Isle. And we can jump outside the plane. Oh yeah, look at that shot. How about that one? That was rather stunning. Okay. Make our way here down along the Intracoastal Waterway. And we can come back. Not quite that much. Alright, we'll keep the RPM up to keep Angry Betty happy. This is a beautiful part of the coast. And we're about to cross over from Oak Island over to Ocean Isle. And then we're going to turn to the northwest. Make our way up to Columbus County. Take in a little bit of the Atlantic. Okay. So Ocean Isle Beach is probably about halfway between Oak Island and Myrtle Beach. So at some point we'll have to get into South Carolina and check some of that out. And I think this aircraft is a great way to start getting yourself familiar with the twin. This aircraft is very, very stable once you get it trimmed out. It'll pretty much fly itself, so to speak. There we go. That's a nice looking shot. We'll look at that for a few minutes. So 60J is Ocean Isle. And we are coming up on that like a freight train. Yeah, there we go. It's off our 6. Excuse me, off the 12 o'clock. And I think we'll just overfly here. So this is stock airport, no customizations done to this. And I don't think there's anything available for download on Flightsim.to for this particular airfield. And we'll give it a nice overflight here. And we'll turn to 330 for our heading. I can go ahead and do that now. And we'll make our way across Columbus County and we'll admire some swamp and lots of trees. And did I mention it was flat? Well, there's a nice traffic circle on the way into the beach. And we'll get ourselves back on the magenta line here. And to say there are a few golf courses in the area is an understatement. Between here and Myrtle Beach, I'm going to guess probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 200. So we're off on our way to Kilo Charlie, Papa Charlie, Columbus County Municipal. Runway length 5,456 feet. Runway 24 and runway 6. And Columbus County is home to Whiteville, North Carolina. Highway 74. Lots of tree farms in this area. And this large body of water at our 2 o'clock-ish is Lake Waccamaw. So, what would you want to know about Whiteville? Well, Whiteville is located in Columbus County in North Carolina. And the latest census data that I have access to for Columbus County and Whiteville is 5,394. It is the county seat. So you will find the Columbus County Courthouse located in Whiteville. It's one of those landmark stops on the way on the beach road, so lots of folks traverse to and fro in Whiteville. Hot and humid, I guess, is a good way of describing it. Anywhere from 86 to 83 for mean temperatures during the summer months. And as you would expect, not a lot of snow. There is a North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences in Whiteville. It's a satellite museum for the museum in Raleigh. And it's also home to the North Carolina Pecan Harvest Festival. Yes, I said pecan. I won't do the joke for the other pronunciation. And major railroad route, as you would imagine, from central North Carolina to Wilmington. Ran through here. And we're coming up on the airport, fast and furious. And we will, I guess we'll get ourselves woed up enough to make a touch and go. At any rate, the more I fly this 404, the more I enjoy it. So there we go. A little bit of local trivia here about Whitemore. And we'll go ahead and put up with the warning here for a minute. Get our airspeed burned off here a bit. And we're now at 3,500 feet. Turn out a little bit here. And there's our airfield. And we'll turn here. And we'll just take our time. We're doing quite well on making progress against the route. Alright, 2,500 feet. And there we go. And ourselves lined up here for the runway. Airspeed is good. Get myself situated here so I can see over the nose. And our prop RPM up here a bit. Gear is down. And we are high. But now better. Again, 5,400 feet. We're still a little high. Airspeed 112, altitude 260, 250, 240, 230. We're still a little high. Yeah, we're better. And we will ease our way here. There we go with our touch. And back with our go. Gear up. And we will turn back. And our flaps up here. Continue our heading of 330. And this will put us on course for Kilo Lima Bravo Tango, Lumberton Regional. Just rolling merrily along here. There we go. All right. Our avionics dialed in there. And let's see what we got. Heading. Move our heading bug over to 33. And set our altitude. About 3,500. Speed 500. Heading mode on. Vertical speed mode on. All right. I can enjoy part of the flight here. Okay, we are rolling merrily along here at 180. Our ground speed is 189. A little bit of a tailwind. rather quickly on Lumberton. Located in Robertson County, and it's also the county seat. And this particular area of North Carolina was very, very hard hit by Hurricane Florence, which brought with it record flooding in the area. Population 19,025 in the 2020 census. So we're coming up on the airfield pretty hard. So Lumberton is Kilo Lima Bravo Tango. Runways 311323 and 05. I think the longest runway is 5,498 feet. And here's the airfield. And we're going to overfly this one as well. go ahead and make our turn toward Laurinburg and Maxton. And these are two towns that are in close proximity to U.S. Highway 74. Probably at our halfway point here-ish. So I think the inside of the cockpit with the weathering looks great. It does look rather lived in, which is good. Dirt marks and smudges, and no aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator would be complete without the requisite sneeze marks on the windscreen. Y'all need to get a paper towel and some Windex, I'm just saying. It's not good for my obsessive compulsive. Good headway here in terms of our airspeed. Our manifold pressure is just fine. RPM was slightly in the yellow, so I have backed that off a bit. And we're just making our way. And this airport has a asphalt runway and a concrete runway, the longest of which is 6,592 feet. Jump outside the plane here a bit. Get a good overshot here. There we go. And we can make our turn here. Also put us into Scotland County. And our next airport destination is McCall Army Airfield. And then to the Sand Hills VOR, and then into Stanley County. We're about 40 miles out now. And at 183 on airspeed, we will be there before we know it. Let's see. So Camp McCall is an Army training facility. It is used for U.S. Army Special Forces training. And there are 3 runways here. And for geographic reference, we are not too far from Southern Pines, North Carolina, which is famous for hosting the U.S. Open at Pinehurst No. 2, so quite a delightful golf resort and tennis. But I would recommend spring or fall. Unless you like to sweat. We'll do an overflight here as well. I think that's all I'll mention about McCall. This was also originally, I think, a World War II airfield as well, so it does have some legacy history associated with it. Yeah, it's definitely got that traditional World War II runway orientation to it with a nice triangle. And you're not going to get much scenery detail for obvious reasons, which is a good thing. All right. Turn our way toward the Sand Hills VOR. We're now about 33 miles out. So I think this particular flight's going to end up being about an hour, and we've saved a few minutes with not doing the touch and goes. Go mix up the camera angles here a bit. Oh, there we go. All right, so about our final destination here. So Stanley County Airport. It's a county-owned, but it's also a joint civil, military, and public use airport. It's located in Stanley County, about 5 miles from Albemarle, North Carolina. Quite a lovely part of the state. There's a very large Boy Scout camp located not too far from the airport. It's Camp Barnhart. Lots of Cub Scouting and Boy Scouting taking place there. It's a great facility. Spent several summers there at Boy Scout camp, camping trips. So the airfield at Stanley County is used by the 145th Airlift Wing in the North Carolina Air National Guard. Sometimes you see fun things happening in and around the airfield. Like paratroopers jumping out. And there are also several other squadrons that are based there in the North Carolina Air National Guard. Communications and weather and air support operations. All right, we can make our turn here. Almost to the VOR. And we're close enough for today's flight. All right. We are well past the Sandhills VOR. And I'm going to go ahead and come off of autopilot here. And we'll make our approach into Stanley County. And just for grins and giggles, I think we'll do a flyover of the Boy Scout camp, just for the heck of it. Okay. Autopilot coming off. And we'll turn a little bit more to the northwest. And we'll aim for that big lake at 11 o'clock. Okay, so altitude is good, so 3,300 feet. And there are cell phone towers and radio transmitter towers in the area, so those will be our obstructions of concern. As we continue making our way here. This will be the town of Troy off to our 3 o'clock. Welcome to Troy. And this is North Carolina Highway 2427 below us. And North Carolina Route 109. And this is largely the Uwharrie National Forest. Be careful where you step. There are eastern diamondback and timber rattlers here. Alright, well, I'm going to make my way out to the beginning of the feathers here for Stanley County, which will be just to the opposite side of Baden Lake, which is to our 11 o'clock. 10 o'clock to 11:30-ish. And this would be Stanley County's airspace here. And there's some interesting stargazing that can be had out this far out into the Iowari forest, away from quite a bit of light backscatter. And we're almost ready to make our turn. Another couple of minutes here. Boating, fishing, water skiing, hanging out in a cabin, all the things that you can do here. Or at a scout camp in a heavy canvas tent in July. With lots of good memories to be had. We're going to be relatively close to the outer marker when we make our turn. But that's okay. We'll start getting ourselves situated here for approach. Alright, it's going to drop. I'm going to drop the gear. Okay. And we'll make our way back down the lake here. We got 10 degrees of flap. Airspeed is 123 and dropping. Get our prop RPM back up. All right, so reasonable proximity to the Boy Scout camp. And I'll do a little bit of an angled approach in here. We'll turn in. And part of the buildings on the ground are actually modeled here in the sim. Some stock buildings, but still cool. All right, at our 1 o'clock is Camp Cabarrus. Or Camp Cabarrus, that's funny. Camp Barnhart. We'll save Camp Cabarrus for another day. There she is right there. Lots of fun places to go and see and do there. A lot of investment made in that particular property, so it's very, very cool. And there's the dining hall. There is a beautiful outdoor chapel located there as well. Beautiful stonework. All right, here we go. Flaps coming in. Okay, flaps are at 35. And welcome to Stanley County. If you've enjoyed the flight, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We would love to have you along for the next cross-country flight. And we've got some aircraft reviews lined up, periodic news updates in terms of Flightsim 2020 and 2024. There we go. Right inside the left box. Okay, here we go. We got ourselves slowed up to make this taxiway. All right, so this cross-country flight brought to you by the Cessna 404. And welcome to Stanley County. And with that, I am going to leave it here. I hope everybody is keeping well. And until next time, cheers, y'all.